almost incomprehensible to the rest of us. But what exactly is this sign? And why do only a few among billions have the privilege of bearing it? What you're about to hear will leave you thinking. The answer lies in ancient stories, in legends passed down from generation to generation, and that still whisper in the shadows of history. The first signs of this mark take us back to ancient times, when the gods, or God, depending on each people's beliefs, decided to choose a few to receive this extraordinary gift. These chosen few were not selected at random. They were people of unparalleled purity of heart, with unbreakable strength of spirit. They didn't carry the mark as a mere ornament. No, this mark was a symbol of their direct connection with the divine, a kind of link between heaven and earth. In early civilizations, those who bore this sign were revered, but also feared. They had abilities beyond the ordinary. Some could heal with the touch of their hands. Others could see the future, and a few could change the fate of nations with a single word. What do these stories tell us? That this sign is not only a gift, it is also a warning. Something deeper, more dangerous than you might imagine. And although the modern world tends to ignore these tales, the echoes of these legends still resonate. You can't look away, because what comes next will reveal the true magnitude of this mystery. Stay with me, because in the coming moments, we will unravel the secrets behind this sign and its bearers, the most powerful chosen ones of God. Now that we've uncovered the origin of this enigmatic mark, it's time to meet those few and extraordinary ones who have been worthy to carry it, the chosen of God. These individuals are not like the rest of us. They possess unique characteristics that set them apart from common humanity. Throughout history, these people have shown qualities that defy logic and inspire an almost supernatural respect. They have existed among us as charismatic leaders, unmatched souls who inspire and guide their people toward greatness. Also as invincible warriors, defenders of justice, capable of facing any adversity with a courage that seems limitless. These chosen ones don't always know their destiny from the beginning. For some, the sign manifests from birth, as if they bear a spiritual mark that sets them apart. For others, the revelation of their power comes at key moments, precisely when the situation demands it, in times of crisis or great need, when something inside them awakens and seems to guide them with a higher force. Imagine for a moment discovering that in your darkest hour, when all seems lost, an unknown ability awakens within you, revealing a purpose you never imagined. This discovery is never a coincidence. It is an awakening that not only reveals the power of the sign, but also the weight of their mission. Because being chosen is not simply an honor, it is a responsibility. Each one of these individuals was called to serve a higher purpose, a purpose that in many cases they themselves struggle to fully comprehend. But in that moment of awakening, when the sign is revealed, they feel a profound bond with the divine, as if God Himself whispered to them that their time has come. Yet this sign is not always visible to the common eye. It can manifest in many forms, sometimes as an intangible aura, a magnetism that draws people close, other times as a heroic act, a flash of wisdom, or an inhuman strength at the precise moment. Few can recognize it. Only those with enough spiritual perception are capable of understanding what is before them. Could you recognize one of these chosen ones if you saw them? Stay alert, because in the following moments, we'll delve into the exceptional abilities that this sign grants. Open your eyes wide, because you will be amazed by the power that lies within these chosen ones. We have now discovered who the chosen ones are and how the sign appears in them at the least expected moments. Now it's time to talk about the true power this sign grants, because the power of the sign is as unique and varied as the chosen ones who carry it. No two are alike, and each of them manifests abilities far beyond human understanding. Some of these chosen ones have demonstrated superhuman physical strength, capable of performing feats that defy the laws of nature. Imagine someone facing extreme challenges without showing even a trace of exhaustion or pain, as if an invisible energy strengthened them at every step. Then there are those whose wisdom seems to surpass all human knowledge. People who, despite their young age or lack of experience, possess such a deep understanding of the world that their words resonate as if coming from a source beyond time and space. This wisdom is not just knowledge, it is an almost divine intuition that allows them to see beyond the obvious, solve impossible problems, and guide others with astonishing clarity. But the power of the sign doesn't stop there. There are tales of chosen ones able to heal others with a simple touch of their hands. Imagine the relief of an illness, the healing of a deep wound, all in an instant, without medical intervention. And though it may seem impossible, some chosen ones have even managed to control the elements of nature, water, fire, wind. These are people who, in extraordinary circumstances, seem to connect with the very essence of creation, manipulating the environment in their favor. However, as wonderful as these gifts are, they come with a heavy burden, because with this power also comes immense responsibility. The chosen cannot use their abilities freely or for their own gain. The sign calls them to use their gifts in service of something greater, to protect, to guide, and to heal, always resisting the temptation of absolute power. For them, every act, every decision has consequences beyond the personal. History has taught us that those who fail to resist this temptation end up trapped in their own power, losing the true purpose for which they were chosen. Here is where the true challenge begins for them, learning to master their abilities, to understand when and how to use them, and to keep their hearts on the path of goodness. Because these powers are not an end in themselves. They are a tool, a means to fulfill a divine mission. What would you do if you suddenly discovered that you could do the impossible? That is the question they must live with every day. And now that we've seen what they are capable of, it's time to understand how we can recognize one of these chosen ones. So keep listening, because what's coming may surprise you. Being one of God's chosen may seem like a unique blessing, a gift that many would wish to possess. But behind that power lie trials and challenges so intense that even the strongest would hesitate to face them. These individuals, from the moment they discover their sign, are destined to live lives marked by sacrifice and constant struggle. Because bearing the sign is not just a symbol of power, it is also a call to duty. And this duty brings battles, some external, others much deeper and personal. Throughout their lives, the chosen face dark forces, entities, and obstacles that seek to stop them, divert their purpose, and extinguish the light they carry. From invisible enemies to people who stand in their way, these challenges are not mere coincidences. They are tests designed to measure their determination and strength. Each of them knows that their mission is misunderstood by many, and that those who fear or envy their power will try to destroy them. These forces are not always seen, but they are felt. In moments of doubt, in nights of loneliness, in the silences where fear whispers in their ear, trying to make them give up. But the toughest trials are not always external. The true battles are born within themselves, in the fight against their own fears and weaknesses. Every chosen one, no matter how strong they may seem, must face that inner voice that questions their purpose, that makes them wonder if they are truly worthy of the sign they carry. These are silent battles, struggles that no one sees and that don't always end in easy victories. And yet, it is precisely in these moments of darkness and doubt where the chosen find the opportunity to show their true courage. The stories of these special beings are tales of overcoming sacrifice and of faith that seems unbreakable even in the darkest moments. Because every test they face allows them to refine their abilities, understand their mission more clearly, and remember that their power is not just for them, but to serve something much greater. These stories inspire those who hear them, showing us that even in times of great darkness, it is always possible to find the light and move forward. And would you be willing to face these challenges, to give up everything to fulfill a higher mission? Because that is exactly what it means to be one of the chosen. And if it's still not clear, in the next segment, we'll show you the true impact of these individuals on the world. Don't go away, because the final revelation is near. The legacy of this divine sign goes far beyond the chosen ones who bear it. It is a vast and lasting legacy that has shaped the history and culture of humanity since time immemorial. Each one of these exceptional individuals has left a mark that still echoes in the present, a legacy of nobility, courage, and compassion that inspires entire generations. Their actions, their sacrifices, their teachings, all of this has shown us what it means to live in connection with a higher power and invites us to remember that light, even in the midst of darkness, always prevails. Through the centuries, these chosen ones have not only changed the fate of nations, but have also planted seeds of hope and strength in the heart of humanity. Their stories of bravery and sacrifice have shaped our understanding of what is truly important: love, justice, selfless devotion. These are not distant tales, but living lessons that, generation after generation, remind us that divine power is always present, guiding us, protecting us, inspiring us to be better. Even though the sign is rare and its bearers few, it does not disappear. The sign continues to appear, sometimes in the most unexpected places and people, as a spark of the divine that renews our faith in the extraordinary and in the potential we all carry within. It is a reminder that God, or however one chooses to call him, continues to touch our reality, calling us to be brave, to serve, to seek the truth, and to stay on the right path. So at the end of this journey through the mysteries of the sign, we are left with an inevitable reflection. Though only a few bear the visible mark of the chosen, each one of us has, deep within, a small flame of that same divinity. Perhaps we don't have superhuman abilities, perhaps we cannot perform miracles, but we are all capable of acts of love, compassion, and sacrifice. And in each of these acts lies the true spirit of the sign. So I ask you, what will you do with that potential you carry inside? The sign is a symbol, yes, but it is also an invitation, a call to discover the spark of the divine within each of us, to live in a way that our actions become a source of light for others. Because maybe, just maybe, it's not necessary to carry a visible mark to be one of the chosen. Perhaps everything we need is already within us, just waiting for the moment to shine. And now that you know the legacy of the sign, are you ready to accept the call? The story continues, and this time you could be part of it.